I'm really upset right now, guys. I just recorded this totally crazy great video for you, and it didn't upload. So here I am for the new video, the first new video today that you will see, but the second one that I'm recording. Anyways, today I put on, as you can tell, I didn't just hop out of the shower because for once in a few videos, my hair is not completely soaking wet like a wet dog, and I actually have decent, I'm not a robe on and not just like a smock on, because for once I actually have plans tonight. What? Say what now? Yeah, that's right, I actually am getting a social life. Eat that. So I was putting this dress on, and I just started wondering, how am I going to get this thing off? Like, every time I've put a dress on recently, I just wonder, like, who in their right mind created this torture device that they expect me to wear and then get it on? So, alright, usually when I go out, I put a nice, cute little dress on, zipper it up. It's not that difficult, but it's not that easy to zipper it up, but it's okay. You're just, because you're in that mood, you're like, oh, I'm going out, so you're like, oh, let me zip up that dress, and then you're zipped up, and you're like, alright, let's go, put some makeup on, get my bag, go. And then you come home, and then I like hang out with my friends, do whatever I'm doing, cool beans, noodle salad, and then it's like, all hell breaks loose. I get home, it's like 11:30, 12, maybe a little later if I'm feeling crazy, but, and then the final test happens. Everyone's asleep, and you're not going to wake somebody up to help you get your dress off, because that's just stupid. I mean, maybe if I was, like, in college or something, I honestly would. But I live at home right now, so, like, I'm not going to do that. So, all right. Step 1. Grabbing hold of the zipper. I'm just going to use this hand. This is my zipper hand. So you have to reach around, and you have to find the zipper. Like, it's difficult, honestly. You have to whip your hand back around, find that zipper, and grasp it. All right, good. That takes a good 45 seconds to a minute. Done. You grab that. And then you're like, I can't, there's no traction. The dress is just coming with you when you try to unzip it. So you're like, all right, this hand is still in the zipper. So you're like, gonna take the other hand, and I'm gonna go over my head and back, and I'm going to grab the top of my dress. So I have some traction. But it's like, you're like in a tangle. You're a pretzel right now. So you grab it, and then once you get that, which that takes another like 2 minutes for me to do at least. Maybe I'm just a little slow. And then it's like, oh, you gotta unzip it, and like it'll unzip for about like 2 seconds, and you're like, come on, you gotta reposition your body. Like you're laying on the floor. I'm laying on my bed sometimes. It's just, whew. By the end of this, I've like burned about like 300 calories. I'm sweating, and finally, my dress is off. My God, who, like, maybe I'm not a real woman, maybe I'm just a little slow, or maybe I just need a man to be there to take my dress off. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, give me a call. But it's just, I don't understand how, especially if I lived alone and I knew there wasn't like a way out where like I could run into my mom's room and be like, Mommy, could you just help me? Like I'm stuck in this dress. I promise I'm not drunk. I swear. I just can't get out of my dress. And she's like, okay. And then she unzips it, like one fell swoop. But if I lived alone, I would like have panic attacks. I would make sure everything like buttoned up here, or it was like Velcro, or I was very good friends with my neighbor so I could take the dress off. Anyways. I recently remembered a dream that I had. It was, when I was younger, I really liked puppies, but I wasn't a big fan of big dogs, so I guess my subconscious mind was like, we know how to fix that, and then it came out to me in a dream. I was asleep, obviously, and in this dream, I had gotten a puppy, and everybody's like, oh, but Courtney, the puppy's gonna grow up one day. I'm sorry, it's gonna be big. And I'm like, I know what to do. So I run over, grab the puppy, walk it to the kitchen, open the microwave door, put it in for about a minute, cook that little sucker, like cook the puppy in the microwave for a minute, and then ding, a minute goes by, you open it up, and the puppy's gonna be a puppy forever. I mean, obviously that's how it works. Like, but where did my subconscious even think that up? I mean, my subconscious is, I don't know about your subconscious, but my subconscious, it scares me a little bit. For example, it's like, okay, here's what the subconscious is capable of doing. You have an irrational fear of praying mantises. I don't. I have an irrational fear of spiders. Granted, I'm scared of praying mantises, but it's not an irrational fear. My irrational fear is of spiders. Got that? Good. There's going to be a test on it in a little bit. So, you're like, you know what? It took you maybe 2-3 years, but you finally got over that fear of praying mantises. And then 15 years goes by, and you're like, you know, you haven't even, you actually recently saw a praying mantis, and you were okay with it. You're like, you know what, man, I'm not going to kill you because you're endangered. See you later. I'm cool with you. But then, a few months later, maybe even a year or two later, you go to sleep, and you have a dream about watching praying mantises have sex, and then the woman eats the man's head, and then it looks at you, and then you see the eyes and the praying hands, and you just freak out, and then your fear is back, all because your subconscious was like, ah, ha, mwah, ha, 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 ha. It just takes control of you. I mean, I don't know how many times I've gone to sleep and I'm like, really? Are we still on that? Or like, really? I thought that I really didn't. Why would I ever want to eat a pickle covered in chocolate? Or what? I thought I didn't like that person. Or like, what? Since when am I friends with that person again? Like, life is weird, man, but your subconscious is even stranger. I wonder what would happen if like the subconscious all of a sudden was like, it was just always there. You totally knew what was going on in there. You still couldn't control it, but you knew, you could feel it, you could hear it. Anyways, whew. Speaking of subconscious, I went out for, me and my friend Alyssa recently went out and got some sushi, and I'm not a big fan of sushi because I never have really had sushi. Like, I've had California rolls, and I'm like, woo, I'm an American girl having California rolls. I'm so great. I love the Japanese culture. Yeah, it's my favorite. So, anyways, she's like, I'm gonna go out for sushi, and I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling a little adventurous today. So we get there. Of course, I realized that they give us chopsticks and no forks, and I'm like, great. And I make Alyssa ask for forks because I'm one of those people that's like, oh, I'm so shy. I don't know. So I'm eating with the fork, and then the actual sushi comes, and she pushes all the California rolls to me because she's like, that's where you're gonna stay here. But there's like the rice with the tuna over it, and she's like, you know, you might not hate this. Just give it a try. And I'm like, okay. So she cuts it in half, and I, of course, with my fork, stab this baby, put it in my mouth, and start chewing. And at first all I taste is rice, and I'm like, okay, I'm a big fan of rice. And then slowly, like, the little, I guess it's the tuna taste, the flavor or whatever, like, it wasn't very strong. It was very, you know, whatever. So I just start tasting it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm actually doing this. You know, I might not eat again, but I'm surviving it, you know? And then I just start thinking. My mind starts thinking, oh my God, this is from the ocean. I could taste the ocean. I could smell the sea breeze right now. This is not even cooked. This is a raw fish. They could have just caught this today. I don't know where this fish has been. Oh my God. This is raw right now. This is real life. Like, this is disgusting. I can't. And then I'm like, and then I swallow it. But, like, thanks subconscious for just picking the wrong moment to just throw that little bit in there. Like, oh, you were thinking about the ocean. Whatever, I was just very mad at my subconscious because I almost made it, and then I made a fool out of myself. Thanks, subconscious. You slay me. But I'm off now because I have to go put on a face, well, not really a face of makeup. I have to put on some undercover because I'm going to watch the Golden Globes now. And if Natalie Portman does not win, whoa. If you all of a sudden see a big, this crazy 17-year-old girl went on a big killing spree, you know who it is. You know who it is. Have a nice night.